then in the meantime he was looking for work.
Yeah, as an electrician?
Yes, as a qualified electrician.
Yeah.
And he went to Benalla.
Epigenetics is the inheritance of emotional experience, attitudes, values and beliefs. Intergenerational trauma is one expression of epigenetic inheritance. There may be supportive and positive inheritance experiences. Family systems considers my mother's ancestors, their emotionally charged cultural, social and family experiences, such as the loss and grief associated with the death of a child, which my mother and my father experienced, and my mother's great-grandparents also experienced with the death of their oldest daughter, Elizabeth.
Because I'm sure that, no, I'm sure, but there was a big block, I remember, and we had I can remember this, we had a gardener. Even though we were very poor, we had a gardener called Heck. And he was pulling down an old shed one day, and we found all these halfpennies.
Oh, really?
It was a big thrill. God, yeah.
And was Margaret a nice, kind,
She was
kindly
very
granny?
Very.
Son of Fred and Lizzie, born at Woo, rough and populous gold mining site. Life was hard and water scarce. Fred and Liz were publicans at the Star Hotel, coys, diggings and beer licensees at Carr's Reef in 1865. You were 1 year old. Did you grow up to pull a good beer wheel? Your daddy imagined you would. You were Woo's bootmaker in 1886. Age 25. You married Margaret Maud, her dad a balaclava gold miner, and soon you joined him in the epizonal mine. Your 9 children born to this hard, rough life in Woo. Did you live in a tent like other miners, or a built structure? Granny never said. Julie, Doris, Mary, your second last baby, born in 1903. Granny married Charles Yuen, walked off their Gigari soldier settlement during the Deep Depression years. Walked to Rushworth, lived with you and Margaret. They had 5 daughters, Granny and Graham's second daughter, my mother Judith, remembers when they lived with you, William, at Rushworth. Jude says her life was good. Jude says Uncle Fred was a scallywag. Aunties, even Dulcie, never married. Too many men lost at war. They lived in Richmond. Dulcie's pet possum swinging through the house. William, you died of miners' lung. Mum says the last years of your life living in Rushworth with Margaret were better, much better for a miner and a lover and a father.
Val was in the Navy.
Down at service.
Val was very shy.
Was she?
Very shy.
And what did she do at service, do you know, or you don't know?
Well, then, she, I'm not sure. No, I'm not
During
sure.
the Second World War.
But I've got
She
her
was
papers in there. Yeah, during the Second World War. I was a spotter. This is important. I was a spotter during the Second World War.
What does that mean?
I used to Morse code from Euroa through to Benalla, any aeroplane that was going over.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could identify all the planes that went across?
Well, I could, you could see that I learned Morse code through being a girl guide.
Yeah. And is that how you got that job, through being a girl guide?
The Morse code.
No, the spotting, the plane spotting.
Spotting. Well, it wasn't a job, it was a voluntary thing.
But I'm just...
Yeah. Well, I think I just volunteered.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they wanted people. And Dad had a, what pit, something dug out in the yard.
Oh, yeah, to hide in if the Germans came.
If the Japanese
Japanese came.
Yes,
Oh,
yes. But he had the provision to blow up the bridge if they
Judith's great-grandfather, Frederick, and his son William was said to be very hard and tough men. And at this time, beginning with Frederick's arrival in Melbourne in 1859, women had very few rights. Emotion was considered a feminine and weak experience. Emotions were not discussed unless perhaps between women. Secrets and denial of feelings can lead to ill health. Family systems considers if there might be particular ways of listening to secrets via relational selves or inner voices. Dr. Dan Siegel proposes we integrate, thereby acknowledge our emotions if we want inner balance. To achieve healthy internal and relational connections, perhaps we listen with our ears and we listen with our perception. So she and Charlie probably met in Melbourne somewhere?
Yes. Never asked them those things. Yeah.
But if he was living with his parents at Fairfield,
yes,
and she was working at the Fairfield Hospital, that's where they would have met.
Been. Yes, yes. And maybe Dad was, he did come back injured. He had a displaced heart from the First World War. So maybe he was in Fairfield Hospital.
Yeah, which is where the veterans used to go, I think, Oh, that's probably how they met. And then he must have applied for a soldier settlement and got that land.
Well, no, whether he did or whether he'd saved enough money to invest himself, I don't know. I've tried to find that out, but I can't see where he got a soldier settlement block.
Well, looking at those the other ones from the Nordhausen side of things, they applied. They were applications, and they were granted properties. Yeah. So I guess you had to apply.
Look, Jen, the moon is full.
Dobbins stomping and snorting, the full moon spirits are about.
What does it mean, full moon, Granny?
It's a big ball of light with ghostly ladies making shadows inside. They're dancing and singing just like you love.
I'm thinking, Granny, your hand is strong and warm. Granny, let's stay here forever and watch the moon.
Carrots love the moonlight, they dance and sway in their dirty bed.
Mum makes me eat carrots.
Tomorrow we will roast some with the chicken. Do you like them roasted?
Maybe. I don't think so.
Do you want to see what Grandpa's doing in his shed?
Granny's warm, strong hand led me across the dewy grass to Grandpa's shed. The light inside shone bright,
What you doing, Dad?
making Jen a doll's bed for Betty. Granny leads Jen through the shed to look at Gramps' work.
It's a true miniature bed.
I thought Betty needed a proper adult doll's bed. She's looking like a big girl now with her new blonde curls.
You're a good man, Chaz.
Charlie smiled. Granny's strong hand let Jen outside into the moonlight.
Do you like the doll's bed?
Yes.
Penny, for your thoughts, you can tell me.
I liked Betty's long brown hair. I don't want her to have tight curls.
What happened to her long brown hair?
Mum said it was too tangly and took Betty to the shop, so they changed it.
Ah, shall we see what they're doing inside?
If you want.
I hope they have done the dishes.
Granny put her strong hand on the back door knob and gave it a turn. Light shone out. Lots of people in the kitchen. Lots of laughter, yelling and singing. Granny's strong hand led Jenny reluctantly inside. Granny headed for her corner, straight back wooden chair.
Sit on my knee, Jen.
Granny lifted Jen onto her knee.
Has anyone heard the story about the monkey who sang up a stick while playing with his balls?